I-20 East at the 82 clearing. Senate at Farmville, also an accident out at Taylor at Assembly. Clemson at Shady Pines, a wreck also at Hardin and Bull in the wrap-up. Also Hard Scrabble at Lee in the wrap-up, and Clemson at Hard Scrabble in the wrap-up. Modern Exterminating Company, family owned and operated for over 60 years with guaranteed termite, bedbug, and moisture control. Schedule free inspection today. Modern Exterminating, we know what bugs you. Doug Thomas on the point.
On Point weather on 107 The Point.
Here's tonight's forecast. Clear and crisp this evening with a low temperature dipping down to 54. Tomorrow's much like today. Glorious sunshine-filled skies, a high reaching 78. The weekend arrives, and with it, mostly cloudy skies. On Saturday, a high at 80, while on Sunday, the clouds will dominate. We expect some afternoon showers. We top out as 81 for our high. I'm Cal Moss with your On Point local weather.
All right, great people. Still working on getting the phone things going on. There's some bizarre, and I mean that, bizarre thing where it's not allowing me to answer the calls. And look at that. Oh, my goodness. It's shouting at me, it is. That's what it's doing. It's shouting at me. All right, so largely open linesy stuff. Let me hit this magic button. All right, and so that's what it is. It's the afternoon drive. Got some questions for you. We're going to do this for about 30 minutes. I can't do the VFT. I just can't do it. So we're going to jump to the phones first. Hey, caller, how are you? Oh, we lost one. Hello, caller. All right, we're going to jump to our second person. Let's see here. Hey, caller, how are you? Can you? Hey, good. Can you hear me? Oh, wait, good. Yeah, I can hear you. But before we get started with our normal Super Ed banter, pick a number between 1 and 10. All right, so the question number 7 is, what's the most surprising thing that you've learned recently that changed how you see the world? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Did they? I thought he got elected. In 2016, yeah, he did. There are rules, and he won based on the rules, right? No, there are rules. There are rules, and he won based on the rules at the time, right? Ed. Oh, she got more numbers of recorded votes, but that's not what the rules printed on the inside of the box say are the rules. Based on congressional representation and the populations of each state. Oh, that is correct. But if you get wait, stop for a second. If you get every vote cast in the state of California, great state, beautiful state, poorly managed, horribly managed. If you get every vote in the great state of California, you get what, 54 electoral votes? Maybe they are electrical now. So if you get 50% plus one vote, you also get all the electoral votes, right? And them's the rules. And so, based on those being the rules, the lovely, and I'll say you a positive a thing about Hillary Clinton. And this is really hard for me, but she has really pretty eyes. I'll give you that. That's the if you want. Gene Garris one time said one thing about Hillary Clinton that was positive. She has pretty sky blue eyes. But not based on the rules. The rules. Oh, we wouldn't have survived as a country either. So that's not based on Hillary Clinton, but if they showed up today and said, "Hey, we're just going to make it mob rule," that thing that we hated so much, we're just going to make it mob rule, and whoever gets 50% of the votes plus one person will take control of the whole chief executive's office. Yeah, yeah. So how did that happen? Now here's the thing. He got both. He won by the rules, and he won uh, by the yeah. Well, I don't trust the mob. Right. Well, historically, well, you're a little bit older than me, Ed, but historically, Republicans have had a really tough time getting getting the majority of votes, except for Nixon. And gosh, Nixon got all states except one, I think. President Reagan got all states except one or two. Those were big, but President Clinton never got anywhere close. I don't think he ever got more than like 43% of the vote. And so, say what you want about Ross Perot, and he was wicked smart. And when he said, and what you're going to have is you're going to have a great big sucking sound, and all those jobs are going to go to Mexico. Well, they went to Mexico, and then Mexico. And you're right, and he was right. And one of the things that I miss about when I was really involved in South Carolina politics is all my Lexington County United We Stand people. They were so principled and good, and and sorry, I was reading. There's a chat that goes on during the program, and you can be part of it, Ed. All you got to do is jump on the Book of Faces. I don't know if you're there or not. Jump on the Book of Faces and watch the watch the stream that way, and people jump on and comment. But gosh, go ahead and start what you really wanted to talk about, and then we'll let our next caller get on. Yeah, that's what democracy is. I'm sorry, miss, but the boys got together and we had a vote. That's what democracy is. That's why it's not mentioned in the Constitution. 100%. 100%. enrich themselves, punish their political enemies, steal with the force of government. Yeah, that's what the mob does. Yeah, no, they do it on the street. They just do it on the street. Yeah, after you get shot the first time, it sort of opens the door. Hmm. No, Adam Schiff is just a guy that's falsely representing the great state of California after saying no, my primary residence is in Maryland. Well, if your primary residence is Maryland, you can't be the senator from California. I'm surprised that none of his colleagues are complaining on that and having him ushered out of the Senate. All right, hold on. Take a quick break. Take a quick breath. I'll take a breath, and we're gonna hit the magic button, and we'll be right back.
Hey, I'm Peggy Griner. Every Tuesday from 8:30 to 9, we'll be talking about issues that concern seniors and their families. So join us right here on 100.7 The Point Radio for Positive Points on Aging, brought to you by Oakley Village in Lexington.
Point A to Point B traffic. Now, from Broker Solar. Local, honest, solar. Search Broker Solar.
I-26 west at I-20, collision. 26 west at Sunset, disabled motorist. Broad River Road, I-20, collision. Slow. 26 west from Highway 1 to Piney Grove Road. Shenandoah, Barmo, Alton, Taylor Assembly, collisions. Clemson at Shady Pines, one collision, also slowing things down. Brown Motorworks northeast on Clemson Road, specializing in BMW, Mercedes, Mini, Lexus, Audi, Jaguar, Land Rover, VW, Bentley, and Maserati. Brown Motorworks northeast. Doug Thomas on the point.
Point A to Point B traffic. 4 times an hour, mornings and afternoons. On the Point.
How often do you talk to your insurance agent? Have you had the same agent forever and just let your policy renew over and over again, even though the price of insurance has skyrocketed? I'm David Jolly of the Higgins and Halloran Insurance Agency. I'm the guy who wants to find you the best rates when that policy is ready to renew. I'm not tied to just one insurance company. I'll shop the best rates for you, and hopefully I can do better. If not, we'll find out why. Give me a chance. When you think about insurance, I ask that you think of me, David Jolly. Call me at 803-850-0054, and let's see how I can help you.
Hey, honey, did you help Dad look for Medicare Part D plans online?
Yes, and I think I'm more confused now than when we started.
Well, don't forget that True Pharmacy can help you with Medicare plan reviews. They can help go through his options and find a plan that works best.
Perfect. That means fewer headaches for him and for us.
That's a win-win.
True Pharmacy, the pharmacy that takes time to care. Come see us at our Columbia location at 623 Beltline Boulevard or in West Columbia at Triangle Pharmacy, 1239 B Avenue.
Beautiful, efficient, and warm. Treat yourself this holiday season with a fireplace from Bart Fireside. Add style and comfort to any room. Choose from plenty of options, including gas, wood burning, and even electric. Located at 1131 Broad River Road in Columbia, the professionals at Bart Fireside can help you put together a custom hearth to make any house a home. Locally owned since 1979, Bart Fireside, a store for all seasons, including this holiday time of year. 803-772-7364 or on the web at bartfireside.com.
Have you ever walked in and looked at how beautiful a Lexington Discount Homes manufactured home really is? For more than 35 years, Lexington Discount Homes has helped families find home ownership with phenomenal customer service and a selection that fits your needs and your wallet. They have a huge variety of homes and prices. Come by and visit us at 1847 Augusta Highway or take a virtual tour online at lexingtondiscounthomes.com. That's lexingtondiscounthomes.com.
Energy powers every moment, from the sizzle of breakfast to a warm bath at night. That's why Dominion Energy offers tools and tips that help make saving energy easier. Spend less time thinking about your power and more time enjoying what it powers. It's your energy, and it should work for you. Get started at dominionenergy.com/savings.
In the Park All right, Gene Garris filling in for Kevin Cohen. The volume of this stuff goes down, and our friend Ed comes back up. Thanks for holding on there, Ed. Yeah, gosh, what's he going after for? Wait, what's he going after for? Wait, one more time. What's he going after for? Mortgage fraud. What did she accuse him of doing? Overvaluing his assets to achieve lower rates on a commercial business loan. It's almost like she was a pro. You know, we have another name. We have another name for whataboutism. It's called equal justice under the law. So if you can't say, when Bobby was driving drunk and he smashed into that other car and that person died, and then somebody else does it, you go, wow, I have an idea about felony DUI and have an expectation of what happens to bad people. When there starts to be disparate outcomes, then you say there's no justice in the country.
Well, let me ask you, do you believe the laws regarding real estate should be followed or not?
Remember what she did. She committed fraud. It's fraud. Oh yeah, sure. If it's a law voted on by a state's legislature and then signed into law by the executive, that's the law.
Okay, all right. Well, you're making an exception for him.
No. Well, who is the injured party? Deutsche Bank says we love the guy. He paid us off. We did our due diligence too. There was no thing. And if you looked into the documents, on every proposal of this is what we think it's valued at, it says do not rely on this statement to evaluate the property. Do your own due diligence, and that's what's required.
Who was for when she did? Because if you're gonna follow that, well, who was her standard? You gotta follow it.
Well, I largely believe in no victim, no crime, but the banks got ripped off because she committed a fraud against the bank. And the local... No, she's just next in line. Schiff's in line. He's going to get whacked. And I mean that slapped, not killed. Well, you know, when you jump into the octagon, you might get hit. You lied before the House. You were worked heavy on the impeachment. You misrepresented as chair of the House Intelligence Committee. You lied on television, saying that it was definite proof. And I have seen things that you haven't seen, and I can tell you exactly that there is proof of criminality with this President Trump. None of it was true. None of it came out in evidence. I know it's a religion. I get it. It's a religion for some people. I already have a religion. I don't need another one. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh wait. So testified under oath to a set of facts that were known lies and have been exposed as lies. That right there, that's it. He lied to Congress. He lied to the American people.
That's an easy case, right?
I would think so. You lied to the American people. It's provable. Because Bill Barr's dad employed Jeffrey Epstein. Bill Barr's the guy that promised, yeah, we're going to look into all the election irregularities, and did nothing. There's no report. They did nothing. He lied to the president as the president was going out. He lied to the American people. Bill Barr is un bag o scum for what he did and put our republic in jeopardy.
Okay, what about the prosecutor that Trump came to prosecute James Comey? Why couldn't he bring
it's just easy enough for a grand jury in Northern Virginia. lefty Northern Virginia to indict him. So Comey has been indicted.
Why did he not bring the case? That's what I'm trying to get at.
Because there's a lot of bad Trump people. There are a lot of people that are playing both sides of the street. Bill Barr as one of them. Don't worry, if you made up his name, right, at this point I couldn't tell you. Allegedly. All right, this is what I want you to do. This is what I want you to do, Ed. I want you to find the guy's name, and then I want you to plug him into a campaign donation database and see what he gave to Trump. If he's a MAGA person, if he's a heavy committed MAGA person, there ought to be something. If he contributes to the other side, well, he's probably been mischaracterized. Ed, I don't know. I have a question. How much money did he give? How much money did he give to a Trump campaign?
He could not find the evidence to prosecute Comey, so he had to be fired.
So, well, if it was so easy for the federal grand jury to indict him, then it clearly was a relatively easy case to get past that hurdle. Yeah, I did. In lefty Northern Virginia, in bureaucrat land. All right, I'm going to let you go and get to this other person, and we're going to say, hey, caller, how are you? Hey, what's going on there, David, Profesor de las Ciencias? Ed, there's nothing stupid about Ed. He's a smart guy that's on the wrong side and is emotionally committed to people that don't deserve it. That's the deal. Right. Sounds like a takeover. I'm sorry, I'm American, and I would support, if it became an issue, I would support only flying the South Carolina flag on top of the South Carolina State House. I would never, even if King Charles himself was riding in a gilded carriage from Camden to Columbia, I would not support that flag, that Union Jack, flying over the South Carolina State House. All right, hold on, David. We're going to have to come back to you after the bottom of the hour break. Only 2 calls, but man, has it been flying by. And again, Ed first, and now David the scientist. So just like our friend Ric Flair would say, you can't be first, but you can be next. 803-799-8255.
W264DF.
From the Bart Fireside Studio, the solution for keeping you warm this winter.
This is 107 The Point.
Bum, bum, bum.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. Day 2 of the government shutdown brought no sign of compromise between Democrats and Republicans. Democrats still demanding about $1.5 trillion in additional spending be added to the budget, or they will not go along with the continuing resolution to keep the government open for about 7 more weeks. An assailant drove a car into people outside a synagogue in northern England and then began stabbing them, killing 2 and injuring 4. Police described the assault as a terrorist attack as it was carried out on the holiest day of the Jewish year. President Trump has declared drug cartels to be unlawful combatants and says the U.S. is now in what he called an armed conflict. The top Democrat on the Senate Armed Services Committee is opposed. He says drug cartels must be dealt with by law enforcement. On Wall Street, the Dow closed up by just about 80 points. The NASDAQ was up 88. This is SRN News.
Thanks,
Sometimes
David.
timing is everything. I've been talking to talk about Broker Solar for a good minute. I'm a fan.
Hey, Yvonne, that's wonderful. Wonderful.
Solar. They're on the fence because of what's going on in D.C. Now that the politics have settled, we know what's in that big, beautiful bill. We know the federal tax credit for getting solar power at your home. It's going to end in December. So the clock is ticking. You want that 30% federal tax credit, believe me. So we need to get Ken out to your place before they cut it. Plus, you'll still get a 25% tax credit here in South Carolina. So yeah, timing is everything. 30% federal, 25% state credit. Are you kidding me? That's a big part of the cost already knocked out for solar power. It's time for you to take control of your own power bill. Like I said,
Crazy.
Timing's everything. Now is the time. Online, it's brokersolar.com, or just call Ken and his team. 807-7417. That's 807-7417. brokersolar.com.
Point A to Point B traffic. Now from Broker Solar. Local, honest, solar. Online at brokersolar.com.
100 Clemson Road, a collision now. Middlefield at Fish Hatchery out, and Taylor at Assembly slowing things. 26 West at 20 still slow. Broader at I-20 still active. We got also Senate at Old Barmel and Two Notch at Raven Road out. Ignite Leadership invites you to Live to Lead October 16th in Lexington. John Maxwell and other top local and national leaders will inspire and equip you to grow your leadership impact. Register at ignitels.com. Doug Thomas on the point.
On Point weather on 107 The Point.
Here's tonight's forecast. Clear and crisp this evening with a low temperature dipping down to 54. Tomorrow's much like today. Glorious sunshine-filled skies, a high reaching 78. The weekend arrives, and with it, mostly cloudy skies. On Saturday, a high at 80, while on Sunday, the clouds will dominate. We expect some afternoon showers. We top out as 81 for our high. I'm Cal Moss with your On Point local weather.
All right, it's Gene Garris filling in for Kevin Cohen, and he'll be back, I think, tomorrow. Goodness, we've got our friend David the scientist here, but I got a little bit of housekeeping here. A friend of ours from Mesa, Arizona, checked in on the chat. That's pretty cool. And then another David, we'll call him Cowboy David, responded and added some real value. He said the former prosecutor wasn't moving fast enough. And again, remember this thing with Comey, 3 more days and statute of limitations would be gone and he would not be indictable. So that's good enough reason, right? I think so. Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, and I don't care. You know, people disagree with me. And no, I'm serious, but people disagree with me all the time. And I have been an outlier all my life, mostly proven correct with a little bit of extra time. But yeah, it absolutely, it doesn't matter when people disagree with me. But when you start mixing in violence and you start murdering our guys and you start attacking our people and you start, you know, you need to do better. And we know it's not, oh, well, there's problems on both sides. Yeah, 90 to 10 problems. 90 to 10, you know, all of the last 8 have been aligned with our friends on the left. And I'm just looking, so our friend from Mesa said it's 97 degrees there. Well, many Octobers and Novembers we've hit over 100. So it's tough. Right, that was one of our things. Well, here's the thing. None of our Democrat friends called her out on it because she was a George Soros hire. What's going on? Okay. Oh yeah, that's that Cobblepot guy. He's leaving the Congress. Jerry Nadler. It's not a real thing. It's just an idea. Yeah. Yeah, they have a flag and they have uniforms and they have billionaire support. Heck, even I think our former vice president supported them with cash bail initiatives. No cash bail. I think they're plugged in. Ouch. Because it was none. Right. And the chief executive of the country should come out and say, hey, I know they want to do this. I know they think that's who their voting base is going to be in the future, but they're not going to be here. So we're not going to give them any money. They're on the way out, and not out like disappearing, just going back to where they came from. Well, I'm gonna press the history button and ask a question. What are all their morals and principles? What are they? They're all situational. When they get an advantage, they're totally in line with them. When it hurts them, oh, it's the most horrible thing at all. Let's lie some more. Let's lie some more. I mean, that's the deal. I mean, so and then one thing that's in it is, and I'm going to make a call. One of the things they wanted is to restore funding to NPR. So do you think NPR might have been one of their many mouthpieces? That answer is yes. So they say more money for NPR, sell the frequencies, open up the spectrum, sell the frequencies. In the internet age where everybody has a smartphone, there's no justification for a state media arm. Yeah, what are the odds of that? Yeah, which congressional critter wrote the letter? That's who we need to call up, unless he or she is dead. Yeah, that's wow, just like accolade after accolade. Well, here I got a question. You want just for a second, David. You did this with Ed. You're going to do it with you. Pick a number between 1 and 10. This is my trying to be less political. But all right. What's the one issue in your community that you think needs more attention right now? That need. Right.
But I want to him out here, but I want smartly so we're not having traffic jams, things like that. So, and luckily there's been a group kind of advocating for that. So it should be done pretty right. But I would say that's not a big thing. It's all moving. We're trying to get you there. We're trying to get you across the line. Come over here.
Yeah, I'm trapped. I'm trapped now. I think I'm trapped. I'm trapped until my wife says, I think we ought to move to the beach. That's the next jump. That's the next jump. But yeah, go ahead. Yeah. No, you were so right now the highest concentration of millionaires in America is in Manhattan. And soon it's going to be Palm Beach and Miami. Because the miracle of Ron DeSantis, and when Ron DeSantis was running for president, I'm like, I don't think Florida can afford to let that guy go. And little Marco, who was part of the Gramnesty thing and all that stuff, who knew that you could take him and just give him an executive position, and then he almost instantly becomes the best member of the cabinet. So Rubio, I thought Rubio was a mistake because of things that he'd done before and how he seemed to get led around the Senate by having a fish hook in his nose and a weight inside John McCain's pocket. But man alive, Rubio is earning a presidential campaign. Yeah. Yeah. And tens of thousands of kids that were lost in the shuffle of ineptitude. They had a thing where, if you were a kid, remember the months of unaccompanied minors just showing up, but they had a phone number and, oh, this is my uncle or aunt or whatever. They set up a hotline for those kids if things turned out differently than what they expected, that they could call and get federal services. Federal government didn't answer the hotline. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially if what happened to 3 strikes and you're out? I mean, I'm serious. What happened to that? What happened? We had that at one point. Yeah, I think at 3 strikes they ought to remove you from the field. All right, thanks so much. And people across the country now, people go, "Hey, why do you do that stream thing?" Well, it's for our friend from Mesa, Arizona, and we've had even call-ins from friends on Whidbey Island and Puget Sound, and we don't have many international people yet, but love to get an international call. So if you want to be part of the program or part of the problem like me, give me a shout. 803-799-8255. That's 799-TALK on the Groucho's Deli in-studio hotline. We're going to take a quick break. Be right back. Got a caller on deck, and we'll get to hear him or her in just a few moments.
The Afternoon Drive with Kevin Cohen.
Join us Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. for the Pastor's Pulpit with Steve Williamson.
People say outside of their mouth, "Oh, I believe in God." And then you tell them what God's Word says about what they're doing.
9 a.m. Sunday morning for the Pastor's Pulpit.
Hey, I'm Katie Griner. Every Tuesday from 8:30 to 9, we'll be talking about issues that concern seniors and their families. So join us right here on 100.7 The Point Radio for Positive Points on Aging, brought to you by Oak Ridge Village in Lexington.
Check yourself. Point A to Point B traffic.
Bullshit. From Broker Solar.
Mr. Director, I want to ask you.
Search Broker Solar.
Tell me if each one of the following perpetrators or alleged perpetrators were acting from a left-wing or right-wing political. Right-wing. Each one of the following perpetrators or alleged perpetrators were acting from
A wreck also at Meadowfield Fish Hatchery and Taylor Assembly, slowing traffic down.
Tell me if each one of the following. Mr. Director, I want to ask you.
Next time, Javis Tax Service, hot bad taxes, file extension.
Mr. Director.
W2s, call Javis Tax Service, 7171 Turanch Road, right near Columbia Place Mall. JavisTax.com. Doug Thomas on the point.
Point A to Point B traffic. 4 times an hour, mornings and afternoons, on the Point.
How does a car repair shop last in business for over 50 years like Sunneth Automotive? By providing affordable, reliable, and honest auto repair. But if you ask them, they'll tell you it's their loyal customers who come back time and time again to entrust them with their car repairs, well-trained technicians, service packages, and monthly specials. Isn't it time you become a customer? Call or come by at 1410 North Millwood Avenue or make an appointment at sunnethauto.com.
Hey, this is Ray.
Hey, Ray.
And with Absolute Glass.
We've been blessed to serve the Midlands glass needs for 20 years.
We have been fortunate enough to help thousands of customers with the best glass service in town and our store and all over the Midlands.
Sure, we can fix your windshield, usually at no cost to you.
But at Absolute Glass, we can also here for all your other glass needs too.
Home windows, shower doors, tabletops, shelving, storefronts, and all your commercial needs.
Contact us at 803-951-7200 or at absoluteglassinc.com.
Just remember, if you can see through it, we can do it.
Hi, this is Chris Neely, Superintendent of the South Carolina Public Charter School District. I hope you'll join Kevin and me each Tuesday afternoon. We'll bring you Kids First, where we talk about educational issues and what we're doing to teach kids the right way. It's Kids First, Tuesday at 5:30, right here on 100.7 The Point.
Columbia's local talk radio experience continues now from the Park Fireside Studios.
Mr. Director, I want to ask you. Tell me if each one of the following perpetrators or alleged perpetrators were acting from a left-wing or right-wing political violence. The man who tried to kill Republican congressman at the congressional baseball practice, nearly killing House Majority Leader Steve Scalise. Left-wing or right-wing violence?
Sir, I believe it was a left-wing ideology.
Okay. Burned down cities during the Summer of Love in the George Floyd riots. Left-wing violence or right-wing violence?
Sir, I'll rely on you on these. I don't have off the top of my head. I'm sorry.
Okay. Left-wing. The Waukesha Christmas Parade massacre. Left-wing or right-wing violence? Left-wing. The Lee Zeldin stabbing attempt. Left-wing or right-wing? Left-wing. The Covenant school shooting in Nashville. Left-wing or right-wing? Left-wing. The Butler, Pennsylvania assassination attempt on President Trump. Left-wing or right-wing? Left-wing. The Trump International West Palm Beach assassination attempt. Left-wing. The Abundant Life Christian school shooting. Left-wing. The United Care CEO's murder. Left-wing. Tesla's burned, keyed, damaged, firebombed. Left-wing. Left-wing. The murders at the Israeli embassy. Left-wing. The ICE facilities firebombed. Left-wing. The Minnesota Catholic school shooting. Left-wing. The anti-white Charlotte and North Carolina stabbing. Left-wing. The attempted Utah News State firebombing, left wing. And now, of course, the culmination of this vile trend, a left wing assassination of Charlie Kirk. So don't give me this bullshit.
Oh, there you go. That's right. Don't give me he said something earlier that was inappropriate for broadcast, but that was not that. So very good. And we're jumping right to the phones and say, hey, caller, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. Gene?
Yes.
Hey, Gene, I gotta ask you, you are raised about this point. Do you do the high school football show like that?
I do not. I do not do any sports talk. But I'll. Oh my goodness! Now I gotta listen. Well, how about this? I am going to. There's one man in New York City who has done more for New York City, who has actually earned the job, and that's Curtis Sliwa. And from the 70s, he's been in the subway cars with 1,000 of his friends. And the city wouldn't fix the problem, so he fixed the problem. And, if anybody has actually earned the right to represent the people of New York, it's Curtis Sliwa. Right. Mm-hmm. Oh, gotcha. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. Well, it's still almost affordable, and especially almost affordable if you're selling your 2,500 square foot ranch house for $1.5 million. You can find a place in Horry County to live. Right. Now the only hazard now I think we've gotten a lot of the best ones because those were the smartest, wisest rats on that sinking ship, and they have all said, "Yeah, we're going across there. We're going over there. We're going to Texas. We're going to Arizona. We're going to South Carolina. Florida is almost full. There's so many people moving there. The pricing has gotten out of control, maybe. But South Carolina is not yet fully exposed, so we're going to go down there. So it might be." Like our the problem with the Cuban folks is anybody that had any money, anybody that had any power, anybody that had any political understanding after the 1950s revolution in Cuba, they're already in South Florida. All right, thanks so much. And let me jump here, and we're going to say, hey, caller, how are you? Hey, wow. Well, how about this? Your name was mentioned. Your name was mentioned, so it's reasonable for you to retort. Well, I'm number one then. I'm number one. And again, I really do hope, and I mean, I really hope that you'll come to one of these listener appreciation things sometime in the future. I think you'll enjoy it. And I'm serious. Even if you just drive by, even if you've got, you you have apprehension as you cross the threshold. I think you'll have a great time. Food's good too. Well, how about this? Who do you know that's on the left that you would think might have a similar problem? And I hope it's imagined. Who would you think, from all the whole panoply of callers and participants here, who would you think would have some apprehension, and who actually has been to one of the events? Tim, has he been to one of the events? Okay, well, I'm going to start lobbying him hard. So our friend David, the social scientist, he's been to a couple of events because I met him there. All right, well, this is the end of this hour, but we've got two other people on deck. Thanks for calling back. And again, your name was mentioned, so you are not restricted to the one call per hour on that when that happens. All right, catch you later, and people on hold, we'll get to you right after the top of the hour news. We'll be right back in just a moment.
He's Kevin Cohen. The Fox Business Report is brought to you by Palmetto State Armory.
I'm Liz Clayman, and this is the Fox Business Report.
How high can they go? After an early session speed bump, stocks rose to record highs. The Dow closed up 79 points, the Nasdaq added 89, and the S&P gained 4 for the day. Tomorrow's job report is on hold due to the government shutdown. The big three downshifted into robust third quarter sales of electric vehicles. Many car buyers making the purchase before a tax credit expired. That same credit led Tesla to an all-time high number of deliveries, just shy of 500,000. Mortgage buyer Freddie Mac says the average rate on a 30-year mortgage ticked up for the second straight week following a string of declines that had brought down home borrowing costs to their lowest level in nearly a year. It rose this week to nearly 6.5% from 6.3% last week. A year ago, the average rate, 6.1%. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Daria Albinger. Invested in you.
Rising debt, stock market swings, and global shocks can affect your retirement. But even in this economy, there's still opportunity. Protect your retirement.
About how much does it weigh? And do the drops work? Does it have drops?
The conversation is free, and the peace of mind is priceless. NobleGoldInvestments.com. Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals involves risk. Consult your financial advisor before making investment decisions.
Are there any leaks?
The leaves are turning. The days are shortening, and the air is cooling. The call of the hunt, getting your gear together, and the walk to the stand are just the beginning of your next great hunting story. Palmetto State Armory is here to help get you prepared for this year's adventures. Top brands, trusted gear, unbeatable prices, and knowledgeable staff. Palmetto State Armory has everything you need to write your next story today.
I'm Ron Reddy. South Carolina's government is broken. We're the highest tax rate state in America, but we rank at the bottom in income, education, roads, and public safety. Government is rich and powerful, but we, the citizens, have been made weak and poor. That's not what our fathers intended. The Palmetto Revolution will restore the 1776 vision of our fathers, returning money and power to you. Will you join us?
WQXL Columbia, W264DF.
From the Bart Fireside Studio, the solution for keeping you warm this winter.
This is 107 The Point.
News this hour from Town Hall. I'm Keith Peters in Washington. An assailant drove a car into people outside a synagogue in Manchester in northern England and then began stabbing them, killing 2 and seriously wounding 4 on the holiest day of the Jewish year. Police described Wednesday's assault as a terrorist attack. Richard Ferrer, editor of the Jewish News, says the sense of safety Jewish people have had in modern Britain has been eroded since the October 7th attack in Israel.
While we've looked around the world at attacks in Pittsburgh, in France, in Germany, we always felt that it wouldn't be long before something like this happens here in the UK. and today is that day.
Officers shot and killed the suspect, described as a 35-year-old British subject of Syrian descent. 3 other suspects were arrested. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says the administration is working hard to end the government shutdown.
President, Vice President, the entire team here will continue to work and talk to members on the Hill to try and come to a resolution, to try to encourage Democrats to muster up the courage to do the right thing.
With the Senate out until Friday because of the Yom Kippur holiday, the shutdown will be in effect until at least tomorrow. Meanwhile, Leavitt says the administration is looking at sizable layoffs in the federal workforce. President Trump has declared drug cartels to be unlawful combatants and says the United States is now in an armed conflict. That's according to a Trump administration memo obtained by the Associated Press. A person familiar with the matter says Congress was notified about the designation by Pentagon officials Wednesday. The move comes after the U.S. military last month carried out 3 deadly strikes against alleged drug smuggling boats in the Caribbean. On Wall Street, the Dow up by 78 points. More at townhall.com.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
Dinesh D'Souza went into a war zone to make his new film, revealing never-before-seen footage of October 7th. The film offers
And it's a new hour.
Radical Islam, anti-Semitism, and biblical prophecy.
Could the fate of the world be tied to this place?
Dinesh D'Souza's new film, The Dragon's Prophecy, is in theaters 2 nights only, October 6th and 8th. Streaming and DVDs available October 9th. All tickets and pre-orders at thedragonsprophecyfilm.com. Thedragonsprophecyfilm.com.
The impact of a government shutdown may be felt at national parks around the country. Correspondent Julie Walker has more on the story.
Under a government shutdown contingency plan by the Park Service, roads, lookouts, trails, and open-air memorials will generally remain accessible to visitors. However, parks without accessible areas will be closed. Bill Wade is executive director of the Association of National Park Rangers.
They won't find visitor centers open usually. They won't find custodial maintenance in some places. There will be limited emergency response.
His advice, check online. I'm Julie Walker.
Berkshire Hathaway is buying Occidental Petroleum's chemical division for $9.7 billion in what may be one of the last big deals of Warren Buffett. News and analysis at townhall.com. From Washington, I'm Keith Peters. Tesla showrooms were humming in the third quarter.
The electric vehicle maker's sales rose July through September. It may have been the result of consumers rushing to take advantage of a $7,500 credit before it expired on September 30th. The company reports sales were up 7% compared to the same period a year ago. The gain followed 2 quarters of sharp declines. Sales rose to just over 497,000 compared to 463,000 in the same period last year. Rich Thomason, Washington.
The Trump administration has announced the cancellation of $7.6 billion in funding for clean energy projects across 16 states. Those states supported Democrat Kamala Harris for president. The cuts likely affect battery plants, hydrogen technology projects, and more. More on these stories at townhall.com.
This is the point.
Point A to point B traffic. Now, from Broker Solar, local, honest, solar, online at brokersolar.com.
Collision slowing things down. Flora at Chadwell, and also on 26 West, 26 West Sunset, and Meadowfield at Jackson. Road, also on Midstate Roofing, commercial, industrial, and institutional. Got a leak? Let Midstate Roofing take a peek. Service, advice, results for over 25 years. MidstateRoofing.com. Doug Thomas on the point.
On Point weather on 107 The Point.
Here's tonight's forecast. Clear and crisp this evening with a low temperature dipping down to 54.
Woo! 54!
Sunshine-filled skies, a high reaching 78. The weekend arrives, and with it, mostly cloudy skies. On Saturday, a high at 80, while on Sunday, the clouds will dominate. We expect some afternoon showers. We top out as 81 for our high. I'm Cal Moss with your On Point local weather.
The afternoon drive.
All right, I'm Gene Garris filling in for Kevin Cohen on the afternoon drive. We've got two people on deck, which means you could be next after those two people get to speak. And we're going to jump right to the phones and say, hey, caller, how are you? Hello, caller. Hey, man, what's going on in your neck of the woods, Jim? Okay. I personally might not be winning, but I feel that the country is winning.
I don't think we're winning, and this is why.
Okay.
1955. Let's turn back the clock. A man. It didn't matter where he worked. People worked in a gas station, wherever, grocery store, whatever. With that salary, it didn't matter. He could feed his wife and two kids.
Right.
His wife and dad help with the kids.
And could buy a house and have two cars and send his kids to college.
Absolutely.
Could go to vacation at Myrtle Beach for 9 days. Yeah, this is one of the
We are losing. Okay. I'd say this, and the black community is really losing. 80% of their homes do not have a father. This is why there's problems within that community.
Right, and they were targeted. That's not the natural order, because even in the Jim Crow South, the marriage rates between black folks and white folks were right together. They're right together.
There were white people in jail in 1965 and black. I don't know if you know that.
Right, because dads make children well.
I'm going to give you a little secret. I'll give you a secret.
Well, just as long as it's between you and me.
The path to economic success is not going and impregnating 3 different women and having 5 different kids. The path to success is picking a traditional woman, marrying her, having kids with that one woman, and staying married to her for the rest of your life.
Right, 100%.
That is the secret. That's the secret.
And you can look, and it doesn't matter what community. You can look in every community, and when you start off with 2 married people who, and this is another thing, and this is something you don't necessarily expect when you get married, but just that there's somebody else, not just in your house, but on the planet that's got your back. That makes everything easier.
Well, not only that, if you read the content of the manifesto, right? I don't know if you ever read it. It's pages straight out of a satanic book.
Right.
Because here's what it tells you. It alienate you, from family, from God, okay? Whatever God, you're with, right? And they want to get you alone, and then so they can control you. That's what they want.
Yeah.
If you read Marx, that's what he wants. That's what he's talking about in the whole thing. They just straight out of I would say a satanic Bible, right?
Yeah, I mean that's the deal. And how about this? Who are the enemies of our country? They're the same. They're the same people that hate God. They're the same people that shake it.
You don't like
Or fix it, or just fix it. Look at the most successful person in your family and say, gosh, my parents are sort of stinkers, but Uncle Abe and Aunt Alice, they're killing it. What's the difference between my parents and those people? And a lot of this is monkey see, monkey do. Hang around successful people, you'll become more successful. Right. Because the law enforcement and the political people know that they need the mob to run the streets so they can blackmail the middle class. We need more police, and we need more of this, and we need more of this. Or you can just do your job and put the crazies away. Oh, what a nightmare. What a nightmare. Right, because he recognized that a rising tide lifts all boats. So you don't have to pick winners and losers if you say, we're going to make everything more buoyant. And that was the curse of our Democrat friends with Trump first time around, where the bottom four rungs of the ladder, those people started getting off the liberal plantation. They started making, well, gosh, I never thought in the world we could afford a boat, but I bought a boat this summer. I never thought we could do this, but we can do it. The way I grew up was wrong. It was infested with incompetence and disease and drugs and all these other things. Everything that steals your humanity, that's what they're pushing on our friends. No, that's destroyed women. Women used to be happy. Well, here's something, Jim, that I want to share with you, because I know you're this person. It's force doctrine. The reason you have to get the dad out of the house is because he can resist force coming into the house.
Exactly, because then you got these predators targeting that home. That's what you got.
Right.
That's what you got. And when you divorce your men and marry the government, that's what happens.
Right.
That's what happens.
Well, I have one quick thing, because I know that you're a well-accomplished U.S. Veteran, and I really appreciate, as my personality does not mesh with being told what to do, so I would not have been a good member of our U.S. military. But if Pete Hegseth's and the president's outline about where American military forces need to be, that they need to be fast and strong and healthy, what do you think the back end of this is going to be? Every military person I have in my office is somewhat disabled. Some of them completely disabled. But imagine that you get out of the military at 58 and you're a rock star. You're at your best health of any 58-year-old person that you meet. I think it might be not only a moral health thing, but it might be a cost saver in the future. Yeah.
The last time we actually had a general that led someone into war was General Schwarzkopf.
Right.
Maybe it could be our General Frakes. Maybe. But General Schwarzkopf was out there.
All right, I got to run. I got to run to a break, Jim, but I will catch you on the flip side. And, of course, always on the Sunday program. Give me just a moment, callers. We got 3 people on deck. 803-799-8255, 799-TALK on the Groucho's Deli in-studio hotline.
Hi, this is Chris Neely, Superintendent of the South Carolina Public Charter School District. I hope you'll join Kevin and me each Tuesday afternoon. We'll bring you Kids First, where we talk about educational issues and what we're doing to teach kids the right way. It's Kids First, Tuesday at 5:30 right here on 100.7 The Point.
Point A to Point B traffic. Now from Broker Solar. Local, honest, solar. Search Broker Solar.
Slowdowns at 4 at Chapel, 4 at Raven, 26 west at Sunset, 26 west at 20, Battlefield at Fish Hatchery, 2 notch at Crampton Hills, and 2 notch at Raven Road. Crescent Construction, the official roofer of the Gamecocks, residential, commercial, and general construction. Crescent Construction. For a free quote, call 803-781-1900 or CrescentCarolina.com. Doug Thomas on the point.
Point A to Point B traffic. 4 times an hour, mornings and afternoons, on The Point.
When your pipes panic, Franklin Plumbing and Drain Cleaning steps right in, fast and friendly. Josh and his team aren't just fixing leaks, they're restoring your peace of mind. This is when you're at your most vulnerable. You got a problem, you need a solution. They're not coming out to upsell you or talk you into something new this or new that. You'll appreciate their process. They'll tell you what needs to get done and what it'll cost before they ever even bring in their tools to start the work. They're locally owned, which unfortunately is no longer the norm in the Midlands. Franklin Plumbing and Drain Cleaning will treat every home like their own. They've done work for me, for my brother, countless numbers of Point listeners. Dial 799-2222 or visit franklinplumbing.sc.com and you tell them Kev from the Point sent you. You will experience plumbing that's more than just a fix. It's a solution from people who care about their work and stand by it. When you need them, please don't panic. Just call Franklin Plumbing and Drain Cleaning, 799-2222.
Hey y'all, it's Ted from Flight Deck Restaurant. We're introducing our new...
That's a lot of likes there.
Menu. For your choices, we offer charbroiled certified Angus ribeye steak, juicy marinated grilled chicken dinner, fresh grilled salmon, authentic Greek salad, hamburger steak with grilled onions and melted cheese, shish kebab with grilled chicken, veggie blue plate with a choice of 4 vegetable selections, spring chicken salad, and of course, our famous slow roasted pot roast. Come and enjoy a healthy gluten-free menu at Flight Deck Restaurant. We at Flight Deck Restaurant thank you and God bless.
It's time to remodel. Actually, it's been time to remodel, but you still haven't started. Well, there's no better time than right now. I'm Eddie Springer of Trey Cow Builders, and we really do make remodeling your kitchen, bedroom, bathroom, or whole house easy. At Trey Cow, we'll help you every step of the way. We do first-class work quickly, cleanly, and affordably. Call 360-8211, 360-8211, or visit trecalbuilders.com. Trey Cow Builders, quality from start to finish.
Want to hear my success story? I'm Fran Halloran, the money coach.
Hey, Fran.
I'm celebrating a decade of partnering with The Point. It's one of the best decisions I ever made. I've used The Point to significantly grow my small business. It started with a meeting with Kevin Cohen. Do you own a small business? Are you on a limited budget? No problem. Reach out to Kev at 563-8558. Get a customized plan and start your journey to business growth with The Point today. Success is one call away. Take the leap.
In the Park Fireside Studio, it's Kevin Cohen.
All right, Gene Garris filling in for Kevin Cohen. Music goes down, callers go up. Hey, caller, how are you? I think I'm talking to you. One more time. Oh, goodness, this is the afternoon drive on WQXL. Okay, no, it's that happens sometimes. If you ever listen to the Sunday program, okay, well, it's extreme version of this. Okay, and I'll listen. Okay.
I have rights to the organic Constitution. Every point of the Constitution, I have rights. Not an 14th Amendment citizen. I'm calling you down.
Okay. About I said what? What did I? I'm not understanding you. I'm not understanding what you're saying, but I'm going to let you explain it. I do not understand what you're saying. No, I do not. That's why I'm listening so hard.
I have got my citizenship over the national system that I had the rights that God given us when I was born. Not a part of the 14th citizenship where he's in slavery.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's in slavery under the 14th Amendment.
Okay.
That's after the Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
My ancestors started the Civil War in South Carolina, in your state.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in the state.
Yeah, I'm in South Carolina. So where are you now?
I'm in Missouri.
Okay.
But Abbeville, South Carolina started the damn Civil War.
Well, some people argue that a bunch of Citadel cadets started it, but
They were the last meeting of the Civil War too. They started it in the last one. That's Abbeville, South Carolina.
mm-hmm.
The important of what is going on now.
So do you expect that we're going to be in active civil war, or do you think we'll be smart enough to avoid it?
You have been in Civil War ever since the Civil War stopped in the 14th Amendment. When you went to sign up for a driver's license, they asked you if you're a U.S. citizen, didn't they? For the first license?
No, I got my driving license about 1985, so they probably weren't doing that then.
Well, guess what? They don't do it now. They ask you if you're a U.S. citizen.
No, worse than that. I had to prove that I was a U.S. citizen so I could get a little gold star on my driving license, so I didn't have to carry my passport all the time.
Well, guess what the U.S. citizen is? They're under the thumb of the 14th Amendment. Not the United States, not the organic Constitution and the Articles of Confederation.
All right. So are you somebody that understands the rights of man and sovereignty of each individual? Are you leaning that way?
God-given rights to have that national status. They honor that point blank. They got to in Washington, D.C.
All right. So this is not some law of the Admiralty or UCC filings and stuff like that. Oh, okay. Well, it is baloney. That's why I was asking. And tell me your first name.
If you become a national, it's an affidavit sent to the Secretary of State of the United States. You basically say, I am a national. That's it. He accepted that, and you are a national.
All right. So what benefits would that give me in my life? What change?
God-given rights. It's not man-given rights.
That's right. All the inalienable rights come from God.
That's right.
Every one of them.
That's the way you've got to understand. That's your path to righteous giving. God gave you that right.
Mm-hmm.
They take it away from you in the 14th Amendment.
And they allow that, the first right that every human being has on the planet is the right to self-defense. And everything one of these municipalities or state governments or national governments do to erode that really puts you in a bad position.
Right. But the point I'm trying to make to you is my ancestors had that right in 1860.
Mm-hmm.
To petition the South Carolina administration. Every party went down and presented their vote on the community to leave the United States of whatever it was back then. To leave the country.
Well, I think it's Galveston, Texas, that found a way to opt out of socialist security, and every person that has a job there retires as a multimillionaire.
But whatever. But anyway, we started as simple. We gave them information to get out of the clutches of whatever they were trying to do. One of them into whatever they were trying to do. And I'm an ancestor of Asheville, from Asheville, South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in Missouri, Branson, Missouri. And they wrote the document and they accepted it. They changed it up in the House and whatever else it was, they changed it up. But they want slavery involved in the situation, which was not what we presented. We had back then a black college. It's 1860.
Mm-hmm.
Teaching black college people, as we were white people. They were equal to us. We gave them equal out.
Well, that's how it's supposed to be. God made us equal.
Right. And we honor them. These are free children coming over here.
Well, that's wonderful. I'm going to have to let you go because I've got a full house here. Thank you so much. And we're going to jump right to the phones and say, hey, caller, how are you? Hey, man, I'm doing great. Didn't do my homework, but I am great. And I'm going to figure out what our friend from Missouri was talking about. I promised myself I'll do that because I, just don't have the knowledge. Yeah, a bunch of those Citadel guys. I think it might have started a little bit as a joke to wake up the Federals, and then it started running. Oh, wow. Well, that was great. So one half of my family went to the Citadel, and the other half went to the University of South Carolina, and I escaped to Clemson Tiger Strong World University. No. It's just tough to be a Tiger during this football season. Oh, wow. Well, my grandfather graduated from Carolina in 1939. And then my dad went to Carolina briefly and then transferred out. And then all my uncles went to Carolina, and the two oldest went to law school. So we were a big Carolina family when I was a little kid. Yeah, first. All right. Hold on, JB. We're going to take a quick bottom of the hour break, but you will continue on the other side. And we've got one more person on deck. That means we have a couple of spots available. 803-799-8255-799-TALK on the Groucho's Deli in-studio hotline. I'm Gene Garris, filling in for Kevin Cohen on the afternoon drive.
He's Kevin Cohen. WQXL Columbia, W264DF.
From the Bart Fireside Studio, the solution for keeping you warm this winter.
This is 107 The Point.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. An assailant drove a car into people outside a synagogue in northern England and then began stabbing them, killing 2 and seriously wounding 4 on the holiest day of the Jewish year. Police described Wednesday's assault as a terrorist attack. Officers shot and killed the suspect outside Manchester. Authorities said the man believed responsible for the attack was a 35-year-old British citizen of Syrian descent. 3 people were arrested on suspicion of acts of terrorism. Federal health officials have approved another generic version of the abortion pill Prompting outrage from abortion opponents, pro-life groups quickly criticized the move on Thursday, calling it a stain on the Trump administration. On Wall Street, the Dow by 78 points. More details at srnnews.com.
I don't know too many folks out there who love paying taxes, but what about getting tax credits? That's appealing, right? My buddy Ken at Broker Solar is in the tax credit business. How would you like a solar battery that helps do two things? First, it serves as an instant generator the moment the power cuts out, and it doesn't even require gasoline. Secondly, it lets you take some control back from the power companies. Yeah, you can use solar power during the peak hours when your power company wants to charge you the most. Oh, and that tax credit on solar batteries, you can get a 30% tax credit right now. This is a phenomenal time to reach out to Ken. He'll come out to your home or your business. He'll give you a comprehensive free estimate, answer any questions. Solar isn't free, but you need to take advantage of those credits when they do come around. Call Ken right now. Save on a solar-powered battery. Online, find him at brokersolar.com or just call Ken, 807-7417. That's 807-7417. Broker Solar.
Point A to Point B traffic now from Broker Solar. Local,
on the point.
Solar. Online at brokersolar.com.
Rex slowing things down at I-26 West at Sunset and I-26 West at I-20. Flora at Chadwell and Decker at Percival Road. Sunset at Park Central and Riverwalk Way at County slowing things. Still working 2 notch at Grampian Hills slowing traffic. Assurance Financial. Do you need a home loan? See Dan Kadar and work with a lender who's a proud partner with Gamecock Athletics. With Assurance Financial, apply online in less time than halftime. AssuranceMortgage.com. Doug Thomas on the point.
On point weather.
Woo!
7 the point.
Here's tonight's forecast. Clear and crisp this evening with a low temperature dipping down to 54. Tomorrow's much like today. Glorious sunshine-filled skies, a high reaching 78. The weekend arrives and with it mostly cloudy skies. On Saturday, a high at 80, while on Sunday, the clouds will dominate. We expect some afternoon showers. We top out as 81 for our high. I'm Cal Moss with your on-point local weather.
All right, I'm Gene Garris, filling in for Kevin Cohen. We're going to go right back to the phones just because we're stacking them deep here. Thanks for holding on there, JB. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Well, you know, JB, that's the whole reason America's largest civil rights organization, the National Rifle Association, existed. And it was founded. Oh, that is amazing because it was started by Union soldiers who knew that if black folks got liberated and freed, it wouldn't matter with the terrorists running around the countryside if they couldn't own firearms. And it doesn't matter if you live in a cabin or a sharecropper's house with one of those ghosts of the Confederacy comes to your front yard and lights up a Yule cross and threatens to kill your family. If Grandpa walks out on the front deck on the front porch and levels his shotgun at the first one and demasks him, that's the end of the fight. Yeah, made in China by children. No, you need to see people in their face. You don't need to be looking at the ground unless you're trippy. If you're somebody that trips a lot, you probably need to be looking where you're planting your feet. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's a lot of the big difference was the Sackler family sold opiates to American physicians and said, "Whoa, this is great for pain control, and it's largely non-addictive." They lied about the thing. It's horrible for pain control, and on your fifth dose, day 2 or 3, it's likely that you're addicted to the drug. So that guy, your nephew, your grandson, who has the rocket arm and is the pitcher for his baseball team, and he's got it didn't require surgery, but he's got an inflamed shoulder. They give him methylprednisone and give him an opiate to get through so he could sleep, so he'd be ready for the big game. The next week he's addicted to it. And then at some point he can't get any more prescriptions, so he starts farming his friends and farming his grandmother and grandfather and paying for stuff. And then at some point it's so bad that he puts a needle in his arm. Because it started out in a medicine bottle. It didn't start it off in a vial. It didn't start off in a baggie. It was legitimate. Those white coat people are the ones that put it in your pocket. It wasn't Ray Ray. It was the white coat people, the people with the highest level of personal authority in the nation state. Right. Right. So they say, oh, that's a street judge. That's a street drug. That's not a high flying drug. That's a street drug. We got to treat them differently. There's no difference. All right. Thank you so much, JB. And catch me on Sunday. That's the okay. There we go. Hold on. There we go. And we're gonna say, hey caller, how are you? It is you, Gino. I heard you this morning. This is a double shot. I got to hear you with Fran and Casey, and I get to hear you again. The real one, the real Gino. Have you heard David, the professor of Ciencias, in his imitation of Gino? We should have a radio program called The Imitation of Gino, like The Imitation of Life. Having a fit military again. And I spoke to our friend Jim, who's a retired military guy, and it's still a crazy fit guy. And I said, on the backside, on the downstream, imagine that, of course I'm a big round guy. If I was in fighting shape and what they say that we need to be in the future, and then that's from which I retired, your life might be completely different on health and everything else. If you're a rock star, so I think it might be a good thing universally. I think they would, and because I see it all the time, and okay. Uh huh. Mm-hmm.
One is China. I mean, they got chunks of land next to military bases in this country.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody says anything. And one other thing. Number two, I call Saudi Arabia, which Saudi has been dealing with American leaders since Prescott Bush. You know Prescott Bush was?
Yeah, the Nazi guy.
George Bush grandpa.
Right. Who was a Nazi sympathizer, just like Joe Kennedy. Yeah, he was George H.W. Bush. He was a Navy pilot. He was a Navy torpedo bomber. Right. Yeah, Qatar. It's Qatar, right? And no, only new people say that, and that's why the same thing I feel about the capital of Ukraine. It's Kiev. I'm sorry, you don't get to change the rules. I'm 50 years plus on the planet, and you. Well, it's a Mumbai. How about this? The whole country was called Hindustan. Yeah, they're the up and comers, and we got a military base there. Yeah.
It's like a country of 1,000 faces, smiling at anybody and shaking hands just because they got black gold coming out of their one tooth. I'm gonna hang up.
Well, it's almost like they're a pretty girl, so that's sort of funny. Thank you so much, Gino, and we're gonna jump right to the phones and say, "Hey, caller, how are you?" Yeah. Let me boost it up. I'm gonna boost you up. You're at the max. Well, I'm sure. But here's a question for you, Tim. Are you a healthy guy, or are you somebody like me?
Yeah, I'm very healthy. Yeah.
Okay, so do you think the country and the military would be better if more people were like you than like me?
Yeah, but I'm saying when I was in the service, I didn't see any problem with what you're talking about. And it's okay with general has 2 pounds on them. Yeah, everybody knows that. Kershaw, what was his name? Schwarzkopf.
Yeah, he was sort of round.
Yeah. General's not gonna be running around in the front goal, and that's an old World War I mentality. You know what I'm saying?
Well, a relative of mine was Schwarzkopf's executive officer.
Really?
Yeah, Jack Garris, a rock star human being.
But I agree. It's the thing about women should be doing men battlefield tactics anyway. So I remember when I was in the service, Air Force, and I was called to help 2 girls lift something. They couldn't do it.
Well, how about this? There's a video that I watched last week, and it was 2 female police officers trying to get control of one guy, and the one guy wasn't a monster; he was just a regular guy, and a civilian had to intervene because the one guy started kicking their butt, and that's a thing. So there's a lot of law enforcement people that are like, yeah, they're not coming for you. I need you to hold on for just a moment, Tim. We got to hit this magic button, and we'll be right back after this.
The Afternoon Drive with Kevin Cohen.
Join us here Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. on The Point for the Pastor's Pulpit with Steve Williamson. That's 9 a.m. Sunday mornings here on 100.7 FM The Point for the Pastor's Pulpit.
Hi, this is Chris Neely, Superintendent of the South Carolina
Chris.
Public Charter School District. I hope you'll join Kevin and me each Tuesday afternoon. We'll bring you Kids First, where we talk about educational issues and what we're doing to teach kids the right way. It's Kids First, Tuesday at 5:30, right here on 100.7 The Point.
Point A to Point B traffic. Now, from Broker Solar. Local, honest, solar. Search Broker Solar.
Good afternoon. Rex tying things up at Summit Ridge Drive at Summit Parkway, and Wreck at Florida at Chadwell and Decker at Purcell Road, Park Central at Sunset, and also River Walkway at Kennedy. A wreck at 296 Grampian Hills, still active, slowing things. Assurance Financial. If you need a home loan, see Dan Kadar and work with a lender who is a proud part of McCain Cock Athletics. With Assurance Financial, online in less time than halftime. AssuranceMortgage.com. Doug Thomas on The Point.
Point A to Point B traffic. 4 times an hour, mornings and afternoons, on The Point.
Hi, I'm Alicia Kaufman Quinton. My daddy, Billy Kaufman, opened Kaufman's Meat Plant at our present location in 1955. My family still works hard every day to ensure
God bless the
quality
cow.
cuts of beef, pork, and poultry. How about a tasty T-bone, ribeye, or New York strip steak? To order at Kaufman's Meeting Place. Just look for the signs near the intersection of US 1 and I-20 in Lexington. Call us at 356-0076 to place your order. Kaufman's Meeting Place, when you want the very best your money can buy.
You've got the power. The power to take control of how your energy works for you. The power to make your home more efficient. The power
Lots
to use
of
less
opportunities
energy
to keep the
without
lights
giving up
on
comfort.
here. A series
And we're
of
here to help you use that power your way. Tools, tips, and programs make managing your bills and living an energy-efficient life easier than ever. And you've got the power to choose what works best for you. Get started at dominionenergy.com/savings.
Step into summer with no unwanted guest in your home.
At Modern Exterminating Company, we're not just experts in pest control, we're your neighbors.
Glenn and Melanie Matthews here. Modern Exterminating has been part of this community since 1955, offering unmatched experience with the family touch.
Trust us to keep your home pest-free with care and dedication that only a local family-owned business can provide.
Experience the Modern Exterminating difference. Call us at 765-2315 or visit pestfreesc.com.
Let us keep your
hurt my legs. Hurt my legs.
Drew here from Chim Spector. During the warmer months, we're still on the job, ensuring your safety with inspections of your fireplace. You might be wondering, what else do we do? We inspect and clean your home's dryer vents. If your clothes are not drying in one go, it's time to get your dryer vent cleaned. This will boost your dryer's performance, extend its lifespan, and even cut down on your power bill. So reach out to Chim Spector at 803-859-5858. That's 803-859-5858. Or visit us online at chimspector.com.
When you think of family, you think of hugs and lots of love. That's what your loved one will find when they move to Oakleaf Village for assisted living or memory care. You can rest assured your family members will participate in engaging activities, have exceptional care, and all their needs met. You gain peace of mind that comes from family taking care of family. Call Oakleaf Village today at 803-969-8168 and see how you too can join a community that feels like family. Or you can reach us online at oakleafvillagelexington.com.
When I think of this time of the year, I think of all those F words. You know, fall, football, and floor boys. All are fantastic, maybe even phenomenal. Okay, that sounds like an F word, but it's with a PH. Thing is, this is a fabulous time to visit Floorboards. Treat yourself to those hardwoods or that luxury vinyl plank. Come visit the showroom. Take a look at floorboys.com or make an appointment. They'll even come to see you. Stop fantasizing and focus. They even have financing. Far out. Visit floorboys.com.
Hi, it's Mary Catherine.
And Thomas from Louisiana Purchase, inviting you to start your day sweet with beignets and coffee from 9 to 11.
Treat yourself to lunch at Louisiana Purchase and find one-of-a-kind gifts you won't see anywhere else.
Stop by Cypress Market for gourmet meats, cheeses, fine wines, and ready-to-go items.
Give your weddings, graduations, holidays, and office parties Southern flair with our catering and custom charcuterie.
Visit Louisiana Purchase, your taste of the South, all in one stop.
LouisianaPurchase.com.
If you're feeling the weight of the world, how about visiting Spa MD in West Columbia? Marcy and her team can provide that perfect massage for individuals or even a couple. Lainey's been several times. She comes home completely revitalized. For a gift, if you're in the doghouse, or just because you love her, check out their options at visitspamd.com or call 251-9400. Leave your stress behind because you know what? You deserve this getaway. Spa MD, 251-9400.
Columbia's local talk radio experience continues now.
All right, we lost a caller. We got Tim still on. I want to try to get one more person in. So you be that person after Tim gets done. 803-799-8255. 799-TALK on the Groucho's Deli in-studio hotline. Welcome back, Tim. Well, I'm glad you're back. I almost forgot about you. We had a lot of commercials. This place is popping, and the lights are staying on. Well, there are some circumstances, and those are the, high speed, high lethality circumstances. And again, if you've ever, one of my best friends my best friend was a prosecutor for the city of Atlanta. So I've seen hundreds and hundreds of cases. And you're walking at the Garnett Criminal Justice Center, you're walking into court, and you're like, all these court, I mean, they can maybe squish me, but they weren't in fighting shape. And sometimes they've had episodes where the firearm was stripped from them and the bad guy got away. Uh-huh. Hey, as long as they go against the enemies of America, I think that's a good thing, right? I don't want to. Go ahead and buy a firearm every quarter. That's your responsibility there, Tim. I got to run and get these other folks on, and we will catch you on the flip side, hopefully on the Sunday program. Welcome, caller. Hello, caller. I think it's you. Oh, wonderful, Blythewood. I'm doing pretty good. Dave Ramsey would say better than I deserve. I don't know about that, but I'm frequently punching above my weight in a whole bunch of good things. Yeah, but again, 54. Well, not correctly. I suspect they have a class, but it's probably another indoctrination class. Right. How about this? My wife is in The Patriot.
Is that right?
Yeah, the movie that she was a student at the College of Charleston when they were filming it there. So she's in the courtroom scene, and she's in a calico dress. And when we were dating, found that she told me she was in, and I was going frame by frame. There she is.
All right. Well, I haven't, so I'm going to look it up. Anyway, the other thing that I can't remember the guy, but the one that was talking about where the Civil War started in Abbeville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an alternative reality for some.
I know what he's talking about. It's because there was like some sort of Confederate council that met there and decided that they were going to fight against this and blah 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 blah. But actually, the actual first battle that took place outside of Sumter was like in 1858, and believe it or not, it was like out in Missouri.
Okay.
It was like these people that were fighting. They were pro-slavery against anti-slavery, and they fought. And it was a thing that happened. You can look it up. It was out in Missouri, I believe.
Okay.
And it was in the 1850s. But anyway, so going on, what's going on today is just crazy. And how people can think that, shit, hey, look, if you lie about your residency, I mean, if you lied about your residency, or if I lied about my residency in South Carolina and was getting a different tax rate and all that, and got caught, it'd be a big deal.
Yeah, I'd be under the jail.
And so, and they're the ones that were always preaching that nobody's above the law. And now they're saying, oh, well, we're being targeted. You're not. Actually, Trump isn't going after his enemies because it's just retribution.
No, his enemies are all crooks.
It's because they're all crooks. Exactly. And that's how they got it after him, was being corrupt. And I still can't believe they can't go after that judge in New York.
Mark.
About valuing his property. That was
Yeah.
And his daughter was making money.
Yeah.
Of the whole case.
Was that Marchand? That one? Yeah. That person should not be on the bench. All right, so the show's coming to an end, and I gotta go, Charlie. I gotta run, Charlie. Hopefully to catch you later.
Find what you love what you
Total Wine and More.
Yeah. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
All right.
All right, so I am going to get out of here. And we're going to end this. End stream. And we're going to end